The new 16-inch MacBook Pro is out, and this one really surprised me. I didn't think that Apple was gonna go in this direction, but I gotta say, as a creative, I like it. Let's just get straight into it. First off, the new screen looks incredible. I've always loved the Retina displays, and this is the biggest Retina display they've ever put on a MacBook with a pixel resolution of 1372 by 1920, a total of 5.9 million pixels. That's a lot of pixels, and a higher pixel density of 226 ppi. It's not drastically bigger, but using it, you really notice the difference. And I also like that the bezels on the side are just a little bit smaller now. It just looks a lot nicer and cleaner. But with the bigger screen means that this 16-inch is a little bit bigger, wider, and heavier than my 15-inch. So the question that I immediately had is it gonna fit into the laptop sleeve, or am I gonna have to get new backpacks? Are all the backpacks gonna have to change because of the 16-inch MacBook Pro? So let's test this. I haven't done this yet. This is probably my smallest backpack that I have, so if it can fit in here, I think it's good for other backpacks. This is the douchebags backpack, and let's try it out. Easy, no problems, fits into the same laptop sleeve, and this is probably the smallest backpack I have, so if it fits in here, I imagine it would fit in pretty much any backpack that's held the 15-inch before. That's good news. Another thing I'm loving is the new keyboard. They decided to get rid of the butterfly switches, which I think was a good idea. This keyboard just feels so much better. It's kind of in between something like the butterfly switches and then something like this keyboard for my iMac, which has a little bit more travel. The 16-inch MacBook Pro, I feel like, is a happy medium, and I really, really like the feel. Much better. If there's one gripe I have with my 15-inch MacBook Pro, it is the keyboard. I actually had to get mine replaced because the keys were getting stuck and all that, and I've just never really enjoyed it that much. We also now get a dedicated escape key, which I think is a good move. I never really liked having that on the touch bar. It felt kind of slow and clunky, and not having the actual physical feedback just didn't feel the same. It also has the same kind of touch bar as on the 15-inch, but now we have the fingerprint reader on its own to the side. And then we have the trackpad, which I think is still the best trackpad there is on any laptop that I've ever tried. I like how big it is. It works really well. A lot of times I don't even need a mouse while I'm editing video or photos just because it works so well. Then we have the new speakers, and these are probably the best speakers on a laptop I've ever heard in my life. I don't know if there is a better option out there, but they sound really, really good. It's crazy how far laptop speakers have come. Now, I don't know if I can really demonstrate this, but I'm gonna play some music from the 16-inch MacBook here, and then my older 15-inch, and let's see how they differ, and maybe you guys can hear, maybe you can't, maybe this is a terrible test. I know it's not the best way of doing it, but I'm gonna give you guys something. And by the way, this music is from Epidemic Sound. If you're not using them for your videos, you should. Link down below. Appreciate it. Completely free trial. If you don't like it, just end your subscription, but it is probably the best place to get music for your videos right now. Okay, first, let's hear the 16-inch.
You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, willing and able to do what you want.
Then let's hear the 15-inch.
Just a singer, busy and pretty, just making believe. But I'm falling.
Interestingly, the 15-inch is a lot louder, actually. I don't know if there's some sort of settings off. I'm full blast on everything right now, so it should be the exact same. But the 15-inch is louder, but it doesn't have that full range. Especially the bass is just really, really good, especially for laptop speakers. You can really hear the difference as I'm listening to them. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference, but take my word for it, there's a massive difference. But the 15-inch is louder. interesting. Not only have the speakers improved, but also the microphone has really improved on the 16-inch. And some of the stuff I heard being recorded with it, it's actually mind-blowing. I was thinking there's no way this was just recorded on a laptop, but let's do a quick little test. I'll record something with the 16-inch and the 15-inch, and then we'll hear the difference. All right, so this is the 16-inch MacBook Pro. This is what it sounds like. This is straight into the laptop. No adjustments. This is the raw audio. In comparison, this is my $1,000. I think this Rode NTG3 costs around $1,000. That's what this mic sounds like. And then let's try the 15-inch. This is what the 15-inch MacBook sounds like. This is being recorded straight into the laptop. So this is the 15-inch, and now we're talking on the 16-inch. Can you guys notice the difference? Everything I've heard so far, it is really impressive how good the microphone is on the 16-inch MacBook Pro. How often will I actually use it? I don't know, but it's still really nice to have. The 16-inch also has a bigger battery. It's actually the biggest battery that you can possibly have to carry onto an airplane. It's a 100 watt-hour battery, and with this, not only do you get more performance, but you actually get another hour of battery life for the 16-inch versus the 15-inch, which personally I really love, and it also comes with a faster charger, which is really nice. Then, of course, probably the most important thing is that this is the fastest MacBook Apple has ever made. It's got an 8-core i9 processor, and with the new cooling system, they're able to pump in about 12 more watts of power. That means you're gonna get more power out of that processor. The graphics have been upgraded to the AMD Radeon Pro 5000M series, but in the end, these are all just numbers, and I don't even know that much about the actual numbers of it and how they stack up against each other. What I wanna know is how fast is this? Is it a lot faster than my 15-inch, or is it about the same? So we're gonna do a few tests to find that out. I really just care about video editing mostly. So first off, we're gonna do an export test between the 16-inch and the 15-inch. We're gonna do the exact same timeline. We're gonna export them, see how long it takes for both MacBooks. Now, this 15-inch is fully loaded. I upgraded everything you possibly can, whereas this 16-inch isn't fully loaded, but a little bit beefier than just the base model. I'll let Matt put the specs of both laptops here. Okay, I'm gonna get my vlog camera out. I'm gonna film this. We're gonna do the exact same export at the exact same time. We're gonna see how much faster is the 16-inch. Hopefully it's a lot faster. I haven't done this before, so I have no idea how this is actually gonna go. So we're in Premiere, it's the same timeline, same project. There's some C300 footage and some DJI drone footage. And we're gonna see how long does it take to export this timeline. All right, it's all set, 4K export, here we go, 3, 2, 1. So far the 16-inch looks like it's going a bit faster. And the 16-inch is done. We are at 76, I think 76% on the 15-inch. So even though this 16-inch MacBook Pro isn't fully loaded, it was still, Matt, do the math, how many percent? Quite a bit faster, so that's really, really impressive. But that's only an export. Let's do another test, and this one is with DJI drone footage. If you've ever worked with DJI drone footage, it just does not work very well, especially in Premiere. It's really skippy and just doesn't play back well. It's a nightmare to deal with. So we're gonna do the DJI drone footage test. We're gonna see how smoothly does it work in Premiere on the 16-inch and the 15-inch. All right, so this is what DJI drone footage looks like on the 15-inch. If I scrub through, it's barely able to play some frames. It's really not keeping up well at all. And then I stop and I go to play, and there's a good few seconds still not going. Maybe I have to press space again. Okay, there, now we're going. And it's just playing back a little bit jittery at times. It's kind of just like lagging a little bit, but not too bad. And then when I go to the C300 footage, I press play. It takes a little bit for it to start going. And when you're doing that hundreds of times a day in one edit, it really starts to add up. But yeah, DJI drone footage is just not fun to work with in an editing program. And this is a pretty simple timeline. As soon as the timeline starts to be more complicated, it just gets worse and worse. So that's the 15-inch. Now let's talk about the 16-inch. Here is the drone footage. Let's scrub through. And look how well it's keeping up. As I'm moving through, it's keeping up really, really well. And then I stop. And I play, and it plays almost immediately. There's only a tiny bit of lag. Let's try that again. We're gonna move it around and then play. Just a tiny bit. Then we're gonna go over the C300 footage and press play. And it starts playing almost instantly. Again, 15-inch, moving around, barely keeps up. Press play. I have to say, the DJI drone test, the 16-inch definitely wins out. And this is not just with laptops, even with our $7,000 or $8,000 PC that Matt uses to edit all the time. DJI drone footage just does not play well at all, and we have that thing stacked, the specs are crazy, and it still doesn't play that DJI drone footage very well. So very impressive that the 16-inch can actually handle that drone footage. So all that to say, even though this 16-inch isn't fully loaded, it's still a lot faster than my fully loaded 15-inch MacBook Pro from 2017. And for all of you people who are right now typing PCs, I have a really powerful PC and it still really struggles with the DJI drone footage. So I'm very impressed with how well the 16-inch MacBook Pro works. And those speed differences can literally save me hours and hours of time, maybe even days in a year, which means it's gonna save you money whether you're editing or you have an editor that's using your MacBook. The faster things go, the more you can get done, the productivity goes up, and the less you need to pay your editor. Storage-wise, there's also a big improvement. You can go all the way to an 8 terabyte SSD, which is awesome. I don't think there's any other laptops out there that can do 8 terabytes of SSD storage, which is really nice. You don't have to deal with external hard drives and all that. You can have your whole project just on your computer, a bunch of projects actually. You're not gonna run out of space. That being said, it is gonna cost you a lot of money. It's actually $2,200 more to upgrade from a 1 terabyte SSD all the way to the 8 terabyte SSD. But the price didn't actually go up compared to the 15-inch MacBook Pro, which was surprising to me. I was expecting a price increase just because it is a really big upgrade compared to the 15-inch in so many ways. So you're getting a really great deal. They start off at $2,400 and go all the way to $6,100 if you fully load the 16-inch MacBook Pro. This really is the year of the Pro for Apple, and I like this direction. I was worried for a little bit for Apple. I think they were just focusing too much on the average consumer and not making the best products that they could. I think a lot of what made Apple so big was focusing on making the best product for creatives, and all of the creatives started using it, and I think that really gave Apple a boost. And then I think they kind of forgot about that for a little while there, and now they're starting to go back to that, making the best tools for us creatives. So yeah, obviously as a creative, I really, really like that. Maybe that's a little bit of a biased or one-sided view, but that's really how it feels for me with the new iPhone 11 Pro and this new 16-inch MacBook Pro. All right, that's it for this review. Let me know what you guys think of the new 16-inch MacBook Pro and whether or not you guys are going to be getting it. Very curious. Okay, bye guys.
Thank you.